This series of videos is based on my in-game experience since 3/16 of 2018 and over 6 months here at the Maldives fishing only for the kabatsus. This is just my opinion and does not guarantee you success. The target fish for these videos are the uni black marlins and the uni swordfish. Why? Max XP and money, money, money. This video is meant to help a large group of people from levels 1 to 94 who are using the Maldives DLC to, say, level up faster. This is a good way to unlock all the freshwater maps quite quickly. I was up to level 50 in 2 hours. But my goal was to just get to level 94. I could have made it to level 100. I don't think I would have made 104 in the 60 days that I had on the DLC. I did have a week that I didn't fish. If you take that week off the 5 total weeks to 94, it was actually only 4 total weeks to 94, meaning that you would have spent 30 days to get to level 94, and you would still had 30 days to get to 104 if you so wish to continue forward and try to unlock Norway. But even if you did that, you still have to buy the Norway DLC because that's the only way that you can get the boat and the equipment that you need to even get started in Norway. So you still have to buy the Norway DLC. First up, rods, reels, lures, and some boat stuff. So you got this cool boat, and this rod and this reel and these lines, and this rod and this reel and these lines, some live bait trolling hooks, some live bait trolling weights, some Indian squid and some Japanese squid, some flying fish and these mullets, trolling skirt hooks, which are my favorite, the blue skirts here and the red skirts here. The fish do not see colors, and you got these lead head thingies for the trolling skirts. You got some glowing trolling octopuses. The fish do not see day or night. And they also gave you the shiny metal plugs. And the optional squid chains that I recommend, because if they don't help you catch fish, they do add a layer of realism to the sim, and I do like that. But I never leave the dock without my squid chains, and you can get one at the beginning of the game. A large one for 67 bait coins. They give you 100 bait coins. Go ahead and drop 67, grab the blue one, stick it on your trolling rod, and just fish that until whenever. What I think is the best hook size here at the Maldives is 12-aught. And 12-aught for the live bait, the skirts, and the glowing octopuses here. And you'll have to go 13-aught for the metal plug, but that metal plug is a proven fish magnet by itself or behind a squid chain. I'm a fan of that 13-aught metal plug right there. The 12-aught hook size targets the small fish to the very large fish, 1300 plus. It'll help you get the most consistent XP because you're just catching a lot of nice fish on that size. Some small, but you're just catching a lot of fish. All around different types of fish, and you'll just be stacking the XP up faster. You will pick up some of the smaller fish doing it though. My smallest trolling fish making this video was this 13-pound Indo-Pacific mackerel. I got 2 of those at 13, and my largest as of a few days ago is this 1308 swordfish. That is kaibatsu. And so 13 to 1300 pounds is no problems with the equipment and the line that you get. But you will see this, you're not worthy to do battle with this fish message a lot with the spinning setup, and it's always disappointing to get it because I always wish that it would have hooked up on my trolling rod. That trolling rod will get in any fish that you can hook up with in this game. But the spinning rod, not so much getting into bigger ones. I did get it a 1153 black marlin doing this video, and that was the biggest thing that I caught on the spinning rod. But that 1308 pound on the trolling rod, not a problem. It'll get in any fish that you want to hook up with in the game. I'm going to talk about my boat speeds and my lure distances here. I almost always run my boat on my fish tracks at 1%. The reason I do that is because I prefer depth, lure depth, and dwell time. I like my lures to be in the spawning areas for a longer period of time. And if you go up to, say, 12%, like high 8 knots, you're doing just the opposite. You're covering the spawning beds faster, but at the same time you're going so fast that your lures are running on the surface, which is just kind of counterproductive in a lot of ways to catching fish out here. So 1%, 5 knots has always been what I've used for the most part. That's based upon 6 months of fishing here. So as far as my lure distances go, I always run my lures out about 150 feet. And it's just, that's it right there, 150 feet and 1%, 5 knots. It'll get her done. Catch a lot of fish, guys. This is about when to fish here at the Maldives. And the Maldives, like all maps, have various peak fishing times, day and night. But there's one bit of information that it's giving you that I don't know if people are using effectively or not, and I only say that because I was not using it effectively when I first started into the game, and I played well into the game before I had this epiphany that I was not using the little bulbous device between the water temperature and the air temperature and the clouds there. And that's not a thermometer, which my brain registered it as when I started playing. It's a barometer. And so I played for a long time without realizing that it was a barometer. But when I did realize it was a barometer, I realized that I was just doing it all wrong. And so after that, every time I go to a new map, I always look up when is the high barometers. Now, I've got it set on a low barometer. There's 3 barometer settings in the game. There's a low barometer, which means bad weather, cold weather, fronts, rain. It's raining right now here. And then the high barometer, this is a high barometer. So you got low barometer, high barometer. Okay, and there is a medium setting that I'll show you in a second. And you got this high barometer, and you got this day, and this is the only day here that has a high barometer, and it's a high barometer all day long. I don't think I've found another map that has a high barometer all day long during the daytime for a particular day. So that's kind of, I think, kind of unique. When I come here and start, I always start at 5 a.m. or whatever time, but I start at 5 a.m. and fish till 6, and then I'll go from 6 till 7, and I'll go to 7 to 8. And depending on how many fish I've caught between 5 and 8, if I'm doing good, I'll fish till 9. But if I'm not doing so good, I'll generally just skip to 7 to 8 right here and 8 to 9. And I'll just finish the day out with these 2 hours and skip everything that's in between. And once I get to 9 o'clock, I will then 9 to 10 and 10 to 11 are not good times to fish. As you can see, that the barometer shows a medium barometer. It's the bulbous part is completely full. So it's okay, but it's pitch black between 9 and 11 here. It's pitch black here at the Maldives and everywhere else too, for that fact. And it's pitch black here, and even with a headlamp on, it's still pitch black. So if you skip to 11 here, all of a sudden you you go from a medium barometer to a high barometer. The clouds go away, a full moon comes out, and it's super bright out. So all of a sudden you've got all this light. And if you're here fishing on the DLC and you don't have a headlamp yet, fishing between 11 and 2 is like imperative. You'll be fishing during a time when it's very, very bright out, and you can get away, you can see really well. So you don't need the headlamp for this time right here if you don't have one, and that makes it another good thing for people to do, is to fish during this time, just because it's super bright outside. It makes it easy to fish at nighttime. Pictures look better, video looks better if you're shooting video. So that is just my recommendation. This is the only day, the bull day, and fish this day and fish this night, here to here and here. I wish everybody good luck, and take this barometer information with you to all the maps. It applies to all maps. Always look for the peak barometer and associate it with peak fishing times. Peak barometers, peak fishing times, just like right here. That's when you want to fish all the time at any map. So, tight lines, guys.